Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So Ultra Pro Wrestling just posted their March update, and they did something to their website that just blew me away. So let's go check out their website because there's a ton of information that they have on there, and they're being really transparent with the status and progression of Ultra Pro Wrestling. Let's go check it out. Alright, here we are over on the Ultra Pro Wrestling's new website, and right off the bat you can see a huge jump in quality on just the website alone. Whoever did this for them on the back end, great job. I mean, this gets me really excited for the game, more so than the last website they had. So I am very excited to see this because they did a lot of cool things. So right off the bat you notice this, the little clip from their, I want to say their showcase or their Nintendo Direct style thing, like UPW Direct. I forget what it was called, but they had about like an, I want to say 30-minute thing, and they showed off all the creation suite a little bit. They showed off this part of this match. They really showed off the game in a big way. This was the first major big look at the game, and since then they've had some drawbacks, but he's riding the ship. The game's well on its way according to the latest update, and there's a really cool thing here that we'll go over here at the end where you can check the status of the game pretty much whenever you want. So we'll get to that here in a second. But first, this thing is awesome. If you're into creative wrestlers like I am, or even the real game wrestlers, they have this new awesome world tour or world globe thing showing where they're all from. Eventually they're going to add backstories, all the different promotions. We got Empire Wrestling Federation, CWC, SGWA, Lucha Libre Loco, and it shows where they are on the globe. This interactive globe thing is really cool. Kingdom Sports Wrestling, Parts Unknown, and they have all these cool wrestlers. You can click on the wrestler here, and it gives them a little like bio here. Eventually, the bio is coming soon, it says, and it tells you what their status is on the card. Mid-card, main eventer, and of course, that person's not out yet. Santa Claus, Crush Kringle, Slam Droid, and what I hope that they do with this game is see all these characters with these wacky things. I hope that we can create androids. I hope we can create vampires, aliens, and have multiple parts, not just the parts here, because I'm going to go nuts with this one. I might actually be able to finally make all the aliens and stuff that I wanted to make in my created wrestler universe. Again, it's a comic universe. It's not based off reality. That's why it's so hard for me to come up with wrestlers in the 2K games using, the realistic look of it, because I'm more of a cartoony guy. That's why I loved All-Stars Wrestling. Was it WWE All-Stars, where the crazy gameplay and all that kind of stuff? That's why I really liked that game, because it was over the top. And if they had more parts to create stuff with, you could have went nuts with that game. So it's a bummer we only got one of those. But I'm more into the fancy style side of wrestling. That's why I really like Ultimate Warrior, the over-the-top characters like Papa Shango, all those guys, the Road Warriors, those type of characters, freaking Boogeyman, all those type of characters, Kane, Undertaker, because I like the gimmicky stuff. That's my favorite part of wrestling. Is it's supposed to be entertainment. You can have your super athletic guy and the athletes and all that kind of stuff, but I want the gimmicky stuff too, because it's part of wrestling, whether you like it or not. Anyway, so this is really cool. You can really just go through all the characters and see which ones on which roster, and then you can contemplate which roster you want your characters to be a part of. If you want to be part of the Japan roster, the Lucha roster, they really have you covered. And you can really look at the creation parts, because everything you see on these characters is going to be available in the creation suite once the game comes out. And you can fully customize them and change logos and everything. So that's going to be awesome. That alone. Like, I can create a character just from looking at these, and these aren't the only parts that are going to be available. He said there's also going to be parts that aren't attached to a character, so you can fully make an original character. So I'm very, very excited for this creative wrestler. I can't wait to use it whenever the game finally comes out. All right, let's keep going on here. All the news that they have for the game, you can keep up to date with it right on here, and also check out the channel too, because I'll be going over it too. Then we go on to features, and if you're curious on how or what they're going for with each mode, if you're not familiar with the game yet, they have it all listed here perfectly for you, how the online mode's going to function and have like an online, I want to say weekly show, at least that's what the plan was. The legacy career, how that's going to work. It's going to start in the 80s. You're going to play with, and then later on they'll have a DLC pack for the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. That's really cool. I hope they go all the way up to like 2026. Why not? Just keep it going as long as the game is alive. That would be super cool. Hopefully they don't just stop at the 2010s. Hopefully they do like crazy stuff like in the future, 2100, like wrestling in the future. I think it's just something different and bizarre. I think that'd be a really cool thing to just do on the side after they're done with everything else. Go a little nuts with it. It is wrestling. It is a video game. It's meant to be fun. Do some original stuff with your characters. I think that'd be really cool. Anyway, and then we go down here. We've got all the promotions and where you'll be going while you're playing the game. Creation Suite. They go over all the Creation Suite features that are expected at launch. One thing that's really cool that differentiates them from the 2K series is they're going to let you really customize the fans. Now, what I hope they allow you to do with the fans is you saw that alien character, the vampire character, the robot android character. I'm hoping we can put them in the audience also, but various colors and shapes, because it'd be really cool to make it feel like you're at an alien wrestling event, or you're at a robot wrestling event with a bunch of robots, or mix and match them all and have the vampires in there too and make it a dark match, no pun intended. Everything's really dark and everything because they die from sunlight. I just think stuff like that would be really cool, like little touches to really bring out the fantasy aspect of wrestling and just let people go nuts, because people like to make comic characters, they like to make cartoon characters, all sorts of stuff. It's not just wrestling. People use it for all sorts of stuff. So by doing this, you'll be allowing them to really go nuts. I mean, imagine having the Mario Brothers in the audience or something, or imagine allowing me to create a wrestler of myself and then make them an audience member. It'd be cool if you can create the audience itself and place them in the audience too. That would be super sweet, but that would probably take up a lot of rendering, all that kind of stuff, if they had full detail like the in-game wrestlers do. But who knows? Maybe we can get to that point. Even if it's just a couple, like the front row, you can customize the front row. That would be really cool if they could do that. But let's get the game out first, and then worry about those kind of features way down the line. But that would be super cool, and the fact that you can customize them at all makes me very happy. And of course, they'll have community creations, create an arena, promotion, create a wrestler, design attires and gear, kind of goes hand in hand with create a wrestler. So that is freaking cool. All right, now on to DLC. If you're curious who has been announced so far, they have it all here right for you. And what's really cool with this update for this website is they also added in all the ones that they have on the back end who they haven't announced yet, DLC characters. And they added a little riddle so you can try to guess who they are. So this first riddle for this first character says he walks alone with three friends you don't want to meet. Okay? He walks alone with three friends you don't want to meet. Sound in the comments below what you think these are. So for number one, say number one, boom. And then we'll go 2, 3, 4. Okay. So number 2 says riddle. I don't know if they can solve riddles, but I bet they can solve crimes. Is that crime time? Crime time. Shout outs to JTG and Shad, I believe his name was. He passed away saving his son. That was tragic. Anyway, he just likes to watch, I want to say Valvinus, maybe Boogeyman. Although Boogeyman's contracted with WWE, if I'm not mistaken. He is in 2K26. I think he's in 2K26. I have to look at the roster again. The roster's huge. Anyway, the hardest riddle of them all. He made his name in the rising sun. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. Sorry, I forgot to mention the numbers here. Oh no, it's him. Number 6. Number 7. Here's a tip for beating this guy. Aim for the head. Careful, the bite is worse than the bark. Now, I was going to say Gangrel, but Gangrel's already up here. So I wonder who this could be. Riddle, wait, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9. You'd almost think he was 3D printed. I was going to say Tony Atlas, but he's already been announced. So maybe Chris Masters. That'd be kind of cool. She has a very memorable tattoo. I don't know who that would be, because most of the women are now in 2K26 or in WWE. This is probably really old school, like maybe... Sound off the comments below who you think that is. Okay, the next one, number 11. This masked man remained anonymous for longer than most careers. Number 12. These guys go together like maple syrup and fries. Make that of what you will. All right. Despite only being 5'8", he is a mountain of a man. So that is really cool. I like how they have this all set up here so you can like keep guessing as they announce it. I think they should post this over on X. I think this would be a fun way to like drum up interest in the game and keep it alive. I know people will complain if they're just showing off more DLC wrestlers, but there's a lot of us that would like to guess. It's just a fun thing. 2K does it, and people complain about that, but they still do it. You can't let the guys that ruin, like the couple guys that really ruin it for everybody, ruin it for you guys too. So I think when you're closer to launch, maybe start posting this stuff real slow and have people guess, and then say who got it right. Heck, you could turn it into like a raffle thing, or you could go nuts with this. This is a really cool idea, and I like the riddles because it's literally what 2K's been doing. But anyway, I like this. It's pretty cool. All right, and then on to the info, our journey. This is a letter of love to Aki. It tells you what they're going for, their major milestones that they've accomplished so far with the game, if you're curious and haven't been following along. Q4, 2025, early 25, acquiring the Aki trademark. It basically tells you the history of everything that's been going on with this game. When did they start back? Back in 2015 is when he started to do this. The first attempt, ICW. Projects canceled in 2017. A spark reignited in 2020. Make or break decision. And the Kickstarter started in 2023. So for game development wise, as officially starting the game, and everything they've done since, it's only been barely, not even that, probably 3 years, maybe less. So you guys going ape shmoo like, where's the game? Where's the game? Where's the game? Development takes time. Some of these games take a long, especially wrestling games starting from scratch. This might launch after the PS6 and the next Xbox comes out. I wouldn't say the Switch 3, but it's going to be a while before we see this game. And I just hope that he knocks it out of the park when it finally launches. So we'll be putting up with 2K until then. Although I'm not hating on 2K. It's a fun game. They just really, really are pushing people away with these microtransactions. So keep that in mind. Anyway, then we got Lucha Lu joins the team. And literally everything, the whole roadmap. This is really cool. Going to Gamescom. Migration complete. So if you're wanting to know and wondering why they're not being transparent, they are. It's all listed here. Setting the record straight. And he even mentions here like why it's taking so long. So yeah, making a wrestling game is probably one of the hardest things to do. And another thing here is really cool is progress. This is probably the best part for you guys that want to know exactly what's finished and what isn't. He literally has it here. Core functionality, 90% complete. Core mechanics, 90%. Physics, 75%. Weapon mechanics. I don't know how you antiquate the percentages and stuff like that, but he's super smart. He's a game developer, so he probably knows, okay, so it's about this percentage. So this is really cool for those of you that want to know exactly what he's done so far, so you can understand where he's at with the development. Basic animation work, 100% done. So I like this. This is really cool for people that complain about non-transparency. Shows you all the modes he's working on, what they're working on, the music, functionality in the UI and menus, funding and support if you want to fund the game. They have everything here where you can go do that. A wish list on Steam, future investment. They're exploring right now partnerships with developer or investors and stuff like that. So that's really cool. So sound off comments below. Are you excited for Ultra Pro Wrestling? Because I sure am. I can't wait to play this. And this is huge. I know it's just a website upgrade, but I know some of you are going to be like, oh, they spent more time on the website than they do the game. No, the fact that the website got such a huge upgrade tells me that things are moving along very nicely. You don't spend this much time fixing up the website if you're going to drop the game or if the game is a scam. So, yeah, I'm super excited right now. Sound in the comments below. Thank you for watching. As always, stay frosty.